Where do I start? I've been homeless, in and out of homelessness, hostels, surf surfing since I was 15. I'm 28 now. Battling drug addictions, alcoholism. You name it, I've been through it.
I felt as if society had thrown me away, and so meeting Marie was a place of hope for me because I felt as if somebody was actually listening to my voice for the first time in a long time.
And that is what MEAM is all about, a partnership, a coalition, getting everyone around the table to work with some of the most complex needs individuals. We're really looking at those individuals that are popping up on lots of radars, a lot across the sector, you know, that police know about, health know about, the hospitals are aware of, those that have multiple and complex needs.
There's a wealth of experience and knowledge out there that you need to pull together, otherwise you tend to go off and develop things in isolation, and then the offer becomes fragmented. And when you talk to the individuals who've experienced these complex needs over a number of years, that's really what's kind of put them off. That's what's driven them to become disengaged, because nobody understands the whole picture. The key people we've got around the table, we've got community safety, the police, we've got health, so we've got some alcohol nurses from the local hospital that come and sit on our on the operational group. We've got the ambulance service that are really involved. We've got the housing providers, the local landlords. We've got mental health really involved as well, and substance misuse. We wanted the right people around the table, and we wanted their services to benefit from being around the table.
I had become a problem, and so whenever I went anywhere or whenever my name was mentioned anywhere, people would glaze over and go, oh no, not her. And so having Marie come alongside me and being able to speak up for me and to say the things that I wanted to say but that weren't being heard because I'd become a problem, that really helped a lot.
I worked for probation, I worked as a legal representative, so I knew that I wanted to help people, but a lot of the roles are very restrictive in how you can help, and it seemed like such a flexible role in the way you could help. That I immediately thought that sounds like a brilliant role for me. We don't all fit into boxes, we're all very, very different, and we all have very different ways of getting better and achieving things. I think the fact we're afforded the time to actually really work at the heart of people, really get to know people and really get to know what makes them tick.
I think they need to know how to listen, actively listen. That's the most important thing. And also to be able to work with different organisations, to cross boundaries.
Having one person to kind of coordinate services makes things feel a bit easier. You know you've got somebody to call to help you.
She makes me feel as if I matter. And that's something that's very special, actually. I'd say that's a gift.
Many of the people will actually say, you know, what they've experienced in the past has been more, we will do this to you, or we will, you know, this is our offer. Whereas what we're trying to do is facilitate that they're in charge of their journey from now on.
Some of my clients will go, do you know what, I know I've got issues around drugs at the moment, but that's not something I want to focus on right now. And I'll go, okay, that's fine. You know, if you're kind of, obviously we can do safety around it, and I don't ignore the problem, but I'll be like, Joe, if that's not something that you want to address right now, then that's fine. You don't have to address it right now. That's something that, you know, if you've got bigger priorities in life at the moment, then we'll start addressing those first.
It's about giving someone time. That's all it is, you know. You can spend like a couple of hours, you know, you come on, you know, we'll say, come on, we'll go for a brew, we'll have a chat, and it's just about giving someone your time and just being yourself. I think that's the biggest one, just being yourself. And
you've got to be bubbly. You couldn't be boring. If you're boring, nobody would want to speak to you. I'd tell you that.
Yeah, go have a
personality.
Yeah, but not just with the service users, but obviously with the supporting agencies as well, because you've got to interlink, you've got to get on, you know, you've got to create that multi-agency approach.
We're not trying to duplicate anything, we're not trying to add anything in, it's very much building on the services that are already in the area. We've got a clear operational group of MEAM and a clear strategic group of MEAM, and we meet every 2 weeks. So that's where we've got the strategic buy-in, and the manager level and the commissioning level, where we can say, actually, this is what's working, MEAM is working, can you free up some time for your operational workers, your frontline workers, to be coming to these meetings and to be working differently, and that is a systems change. That's a different way of working.
Well, again, because we've got a steering group that's made up of a number of sort of key agencies that kind of recognise that there are a number of challenges around people with complex needs. It's helped us to focus on the interdependencies between those issues and the service offers that we've actually historically had.
One thing we're really good at here is the partnership working.
It's a model of support that we encourage to be flexible and to be able to achieve a number of outcomes around that person.
Where everything's being stretched at the moment in a lot of different areas, MEAM is a real champion for working differently and working together.
Agencies have seen that we're actually quite successful and that we really are making difference to people's lives. Now other organisations are setting up projects that are more about the engagement with the person.
We've done quite a bit of recommissioning in Blackburn with Darwin anyway, so we need to be integrating much more and working differently. When we think about the size of our project here is relatively small, but if it's actually making such a difference in terms of reducing demand and improving people's life chances and outcomes, then to expand it even further, we could achieve so much more.
It's about Ashley setting his own goals.
Yeah, now I've got my own flat, I've got a job, I've got a girlfriend. Before, I didn't have any of that, and I didn't have no goals whatsoever. You could have seen the clothes, what I was wearing. I just didn't care about myself, but now I do.
And you've reconnected back with your family.
I've reconnected with every single family member. I really couldn't thank MEAM enough. Saved my life.
Stop it.
Saved my life. Going red there, look at it.
I know, yeah. No, it's my blusher.
If I'd have met Marie 10 years ago, I would never have been homeless. I would never have gone through the court system. I would never have ended up in hospital. And so I think she would have been there to support me at an earlier stage. I can now rebuild my life because I'm getting the help that I need. I'm hoping to start doing the things that I love again, like sewing or writing or exercising. Just these basic things, and then one day maybe go back to work full time. It's something that I can think about now, which I couldn't, and think about it realistically, which I couldn't when I was caught up in the mayhem of homelessness and mental health problems and all of the criminality that was being forced on me. So yeah, the future looks more positive than it did for a long time. To give somebody back their voice is really powerful.